Welcome to a full tour of Disney Village at Disneyland Paris. Hi everyone, how's life and welcome to another one of my videos. So yes, in this video, I thought I would give you a tour of what Disney Village looks like currently as of May of 2025 because as you know, over the past couple of years, Disney Village has gone under loads of rethemings, refurbishments. A lot of the restaurants that used to be here have now changed to new ones. Some of them are still in the process of, becoming new ones. And I am going to try and film this in one take. I want it to be a very casual walkthrough almost of Disney Village so that if you are coming, you can see what to expect, you can see what it's like. Of course, right now, as you can see, standing right in front of the Panorama Magique balloon, which is the hot air balloon that's not actually detached to the ground, so don't worry about it, it is connected. I don't know why it's not working right now, maybe because of the weather, although, look at the skies. It's a beautiful day today in Mar-la-Vallée, Chesney, so yeah, maybe just having a break from it today, but oftentimes you can pay a fee and go on the Panorama Magique if you wish to. It's about a 15 to 20 minute journey, and it can be a little bit scary if you don't like heights. I actually have a couple of vlogs on my channel which you can check out afterwards if you want to see what the experience is like. But yeah, this is Lake Disney. To the other side of it, you can see Sequoia Lodge, one of the hotels here in Disneyland Paris, and then Newport Bay Club is over there. But I'm actually going to switch you guys around, so yeah, this is much better. Behind Petite Rosalie, which is the terrace area of Rosalie, one of the restaurants that recently opened in Disneyland Paris, and by recently I mean December of 2023. It's one of my favorite table service restaurants here. The food quality is excellent. It's French cuisine. They have loads of options, and yeah, recently they opened up a little terrace area for it, small little terrace by Lake Disney. I have a whole vlog on this as well. It's called Petite Rosalie. It's meant to be here only for the summer months when the weather's nice and people actually want to sit outside and eat. But yeah, behind that is where you can find Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel, which again, one of the hotels here, official Disney hotels. Behind these walls as well is security. So if you are staying at Hotel New York or Sequoia Lodge over there, you have your own security. Makes it a little bit easier to get to the parks in Disney Village. But yeah, Rosalie over here, absolutely love that restaurant. I actually cannot wait to get back to it. It's been a few months. I think last time I was there with my friend Anthony back in December of 2024. So yeah, excited to get back there at some point. And then here in front of me, you can see Earl of Sandwich, which is almost like a staple quick service restaurant around the Disney parks, especially in the Western one. So you have an Earl of Sandwich in Walt Disney World as well, in their Disney Springs, and also in downtown Disney in California. Yeah, a nice place to eat. Not actually owned by Disney, but they do sandwiches, mainly hot sandwiches, sometimes pizzas. They also have breakfast there. Let's have a look, actually. There you go. These are the breakfast times if you're looking for somewhere to eat your breakfast from, it doesn't say actually when it starts, but it says until 11:30 a.m. I haven't actually tried the breakfast here. Maybe I should. Let me know in the comments down below. Would you like me to? But you can see the prices. Not too bad. They have a full English one for $12.50, American breakfast, or a continental French one for $5.95. And again, because it's a beautiful day, they have the terrace area open as well for Earl of Sandwich. And yeah, 2 levels. Generally speaking, not too busy unless you come during peak times. And yeah, continuing the journey. Here again, just walking past Rosalie. As I mentioned, one of my favorite restaurants here. I would probably say my #1 favorite table service. Highly recommend it. Right next to it, they've got Le Comptoir, which is almost like the quick service part of Rosalie. It's literally part of the same restaurant, just, does quick service options. You can get croissants, croque monsieurs, things like that. Now, as we walk a little bit more forward, you will see to my right the Deco by Disney shop, which recently opened. This, I want to say, used to be the art shop. So yeah, they've now changed it into Deco by Disney. I have a full tour of the shop as well if you want to check it out. Looks nice and modern though. And then we've also got the Lego store, which also recently opened on the 19th of April, reopened I should say. They've made it much bigger, and they also now have this really cool design. Let me get past, yeah. People taking photos with it. Really cool photo opportunity in front of it with a castle and some friendly Disney characters. To my left here, let's have a look. They have these little mini shops or tiny shops. Actually, before we do that, let's not forget about the Rainforest Cafe. Now, I like to forget about the Rainforest Cafe because truly not one of my favorite restaurants here. It's very basic, and don't get me wrong, it can work for families. If you have children especially, it's going to be fun for them. The prices aren't too bad either. I'm going to have a quick look at the menu. The thing is, with Rainforest Cafe, it's not unique to Disney. It's not owned by Disney. You can find Rainforest Cafes around the world. So, yeah, that's another reason why I don't necessarily dine here or enjoy dining there myself. And the quality of the food, like I said, is just not that good. But let me just switch over. It's really weird, I have to say. It's really weird to try and do this in one take. I'm not used to it. Not used to it at all. But it's fun, something new. And hopefully it's giving you the vibe of actually being here. But yeah. Personally, not somewhere I would recommend. It does have some cool theming though, like this mushroom outside, and when you go inside it's like a rainforest theme, so you might spot animals, you might feel like you're in the rainforest, there can be some loud noises at times, so actually some children might not enjoy that, so bear that in mind if you are choosing to dine there. But yeah, here we have the tiny shops, which aren't always open, but at the moment they are. And they sell a variety of different things. Let's actually go into this one. This one's the Pop Mart one, and probably the most popular of the tiny shops at the moment. Let's have a look from the window what they have. So, yeah, a lot of little cute Disney figurines, blind boxes. Yeah, these are very, very popular. I actually see loads of people with them in the parks, opening them up. And maybe, I've not been inside yet, maybe we should go inside and see if there's something that takes my fancy. I mean, I'm not going to buy anything right now. Oh my god, they've got Andy's room. Love Toy Story. Wow, I remember seeing these in Japan actually. Now they have them here. So yeah, you don't know which of these you're going to get, but they have a few different versions. There's the alien one. Look at that. These are the options. You can see them on display. The alien ones are up here. They've got a Lotso one, Snow White. I mean, there's a lot going on. Even some like, I mean, I was going to say these aren't Disney, but these are Disney too. These are so adorable actually. They're like kids, but they have like subtle Disney theming. So this is meant to be Donald Duck in a Disney popcorn bucket. We've got Daisy up there. Oh my god, that other Donald Duck is so cute. It's adorable. I actually have to take a photo of this because it's too cute. So you're seeing me now in real time taking a photo as I'm going. They also do these bigger ones like this one. It obviously does say do not touch, and we're not going to do that. Donald Duck's 90th birthday ones. There you go. If you love Donald, which who doesn't? We have these cute ones over here. That is hilarious. Oh my god, a Zootopia one. That's cool. And then that really cute looking Donald/Daisy one over there. But yeah, small shop, literally it's in the name. They're called tiny shops. But this one, like I said, very popular. It's 100% the most popular of the tiny shops I've ever seen. Like, it feels quite packed here at the moment. I don't even know how to leave. Let me see. Maybe I'll go from there. Okay, let's carry on. Ooh. I'm so sorry you're seeing this very boring moment of me leaving the shop, but yeah, we are back onto Disney Village now. I'm sorry, I had to do a quick cut just there, quick edit. So yeah, I said I was going to do this in one long take, but I feel like it's almost impossible, especially when you're walking around somewhere like Disney Village, because I don't want to disturb people, and sometimes when I feel like it's getting too busy, I have to stop it, and you know, I don't want to put you in the position of just seeing me try and navigate people, and it's going to be boring for you. So yeah. There you go. I'm going to try and keep it as much of a long take video as possible, but I'm sure there'll be maybe another couple of cuts at some point, because this, let me just turn this around. This is what I'm seeing in front of me. It's currently about 6 p.m. So not even the busiest time that you will see here at Disney Village, but still pretty busy. A lot of people have just left the park to come to Disney Village, when I know, go back to their hotels or maybe do some shopping or go to some of the restaurants. So we've covered that side, but I really quickly wanted to show you this area of Disney Village as well. So let's carry on. Firstly, they do have cash points here, something that I sometimes get asked. You don't need cash in Disneyland Paris. For the most part, they accept cards, but sometimes it's good to just have a little bit of cash on you, just in case, you know, maybe a card machine might break or whatever. And then here's the steakhouse, table service restaurant, which I have some videos on as well. Not my favorite though. Really like that sign, Disney Village for spring. You have the back of the Rainforest Cafe with these elephants, and again, quite a nice chill area if you want a bit of a break from the parks. You know, come here and enjoy life like these people are doing here. Sit here on a bench. Not enough benches, but they have for you. So there's another one there, there's another one there, and you can chill here by the water. I feel like not a lot of people know about this. Anyway, here we still have the back of the steakhouse, Chicago Beef Warehouse, and then the McDonald's here is what I wanted to show you, because McDonald's is somewhere that is very popular, even though it's not Disney, even though it's very basic. A lot of people, families, especially with little ones or people that are picky eaters, they are familiar with McDonald's. So if you're coming to Disneyland Paris and you just want somewhere that your child is familiar with and knows what they're eating and is actually going to eat, then they do have a McDonald's. As you can see, it's very 90s looking, very old school. I love it. It can get very busy in there, so bear that in mind. At the moment, like I said, 6 p.m. Not the worst time to be here, but if you are planning to come here, you know, after the fireworks or peak times, then expect to queue for a long, long time. But the thing is, and again, I'm going to just do this, this McDonald's over there, which I love, and I do have a full video on this as well from a few years ago if you want to see the menu in France. It's closing soon, so, well, don't worry. I have to actually correct myself. it's changing location. So this McDonald's eventually will no longer be here. And what you're seeing here with this lovely design, this 90s looking M, that I think is very fun, eventually will be knocked down because they're actually currently building a McDonald's over there right next to it. So yeah, eventually there'll be a new McDonald's coming there instead of this one. But from what I've heard and from what I understand, they're not actually going to get rid of this one until that other McDonald's is fully built. So yeah, it's fun to see the construction of it. And this is actually where the Disney Arena used to be, where they would sometimes host, you know, events like Run Disney. That's where you would come to pick up your bib. Some other events that Disney used to host back in the days, a lot of the cast events that they would do, cast member events. This would be where people would come. The Disney Arena is now changed and currently being built to make a room for the new McDonald's, and hopefully we'll be seeing some concept art as well as to what this new McDonald's is going to look like. A lot more generic than this one, but you know, nice and modern, so hopefully it will be good. And one thing that the McDonald's here in France do have is macarons, so again, I will invite you to go and watch my McDonald's video after you finish this to see exactly what the menu is like here. But again, I had to do a little cut so that you won't have to watch me just walk back this way, because that would be way too boring, I feel, for you. We are slowly but surely walking to the main route of Disney Village. And Disney Village isn't very big, as I'm sure most of you know and you can tell. Now these two shops in front of me also reopened quite recently. It's of course the Disney Style and Disney Glamour. I do have a full video of going around both of these shops as well, which I'll leave the link to down below if you guys want to check it out. As the name suggests, they're about style and glamour, and I really like that designers in particular with It's a Small World. I think it's very, very pretty. And yeah, eventually everything here is going to look, you know, very same. And I feel like these shops now, so the Disney Glamour, the Disney Style, the Lego store, and then a Deco by Disney, as well as Rosalie and Le Comptoir at the end, they've basically finished now, you know. So it's kind of like a glimpse into the future as to what we can expect. Of course, the next project that they're going to take under is going to be the Disney store, which we're going to get to in a bit. But also currently behind walls is the sports bar, which has been under construction for about, I want to say, 5 months at this point. It used to be New York Sandwiches and the sports bar, and now they're going to turn it into a bigger sports bar. To my left here, we do have Starbucks. Again, something that I do get asked quite often. A lot of people enjoy Starbucks. And yes, there is one here in Disney Village. So yeah, not the biggest one. Oftentimes can get very, very busy. But you can go there, you can enjoy a drink. They do vegan milk as well. So if that's something that you enjoy and need, you can find it here and not necessarily in the parks. But yeah, there you go. That's the Starbucks. That's also where you can find some of the fun Disney mugs. Actually, let me show them to you. I wasn't going to go in. And I don't think I am going to go in. I'm just going to show it to you from here. There they are. But also, these are the designs. There's the Avengers Campus one that came out back in 2022. And also this cute Disneyland Paris one. Very cute. Right, let's carry on. So yeah, this big wall of construction is the sports bar, currently under refurbishment. It's meant to be reopened later this year. To my left, we have a Billy Bob's, which is a buffet restaurant, Tex-Mex cuisine. It's also a bar. Some evenings they have entertainment. A very popular place for cast members, especially. There you go. Bar, snacks, and Tex-Mex buffet. And again, at the moment, because the weather's nice, they do have some outdoor seating. Oh, someone lost their balloon. I don't know if you saw that. Oh, that's sad. The balloon literally just went to the other side of the walls. I feel for them. Oh, what a shame. Anyway, we have the Royal Pub here, which yeah, controversial restaurant. I remember when this was first announced, loads of Disney fans were sad about it. I have dined there a couple of times. The food there is okay, very similar to the Rainforest Cafe food, maybe a little bit better quality actually, but of course you don't get the theming of Rainforest Cafe here. And yeah, it's just very uninspiring, I feel like, as a place. But they do drinks, they do happy hour, so it can be quite popular because they have a lot of comfort food as well. So burgers, fish and chips, things like that. But I would say at much higher prices than they should be. So not somewhere that I personally would recommend. But let me know in the comments down below. I'm open to hearing what you guys think. Now, let's see what we've got behind us. So yeah, over there, like I said, is where the sports bar is and is currently being renovated. To my left here is the Disney store. And I recently made a whole video showing you all the decor of the Disney store as well, because it's so 90s in there. And yeah, they're obviously going to change this as well. I'm actually going to really miss it. They haven't announced exactly when they're closing the shop to do the refurbishments on it. But the estimation is around autumn of 2025. So you still have a few months to come and visit the shop. And I would say come and make the most of it, because the interior of this shop is honestly iconic, especially if you were a kid of the 90s, you would enjoy it. But yeah, carrying on. So because a lot of restaurants are either closed currently, like the sports bar, or were closed earlier, or are currently just non-existent, like Planet Hollywood, which used to be here, believe it or not, some of you might remember, used to be this cool Planet building, and yeah, it's now gone. It's going to be eventually changed into an Italian restaurant owned by the same people that own Rosalie. So I do have high hopes, even though I would have preferred it to be something else, because I feel like Italian, we already have a lot of Italian food in Disneyland Paris anyway. But I'm sorry, the music's getting loud, but let me show you these little stands here. So again, because a lot of the restaurants are currently under refurbishment, like Planet Hollywood doesn't exist anymore, and the sports bar, and because of all the plans for Disney Village in the past couple of years, and also for the next maybe year or so as well, they do have these stands that sell snacks, and some of them actual food as well. So that one, let me see, it smells really good. I'm spotting some fries. They do some gyros. I hope I pronounced that right, but yeah, they do have some food options here if you don't want to actually go into a restaurant. Some sweets here, some pretzels, very nice. And then we get to Annette's Diner, a place that I visit on a regular basis. I literally was there about an hour or so ago trying out their new monthly burger, so we're going to go to a clip from that now. Okay, so I am at Annette's, and this is their new monthly burger. It's called the Motivation. Love that play on words. Priced at €23, which is generally the price for these monthly special burgers. And this is beefsteak, brie de more cheese, more mustard, bacon with maple syrup, crispy onions with paprika, dried apricots and figs, golden apple roasted with cinnamon and brown sugar, served with rustic fries. And I have to say, the burger looks amazing. It looks jam-packed. I mean, look at it. There's loads going on there. I love that there's brie in it. Brie is one of my favorite cheeses, so yeah, hopefully it should be good. Let's try it out. And just like that, the burger has arrived, and as always, I'm very happy with how it's presented. And let's have a look. I feel like the burger itself looks fairly identical, I would say, to what they're picturing here on the photo. I love the amount of cheese that's oozing out of it. It looks so delicious, smells good as well. So you've got the bacon in there, dried apricots as well, and figs. I can spot them on the top. The brie cheese though is my favorite thing, and it looks to be a lot of it. So yeah, really looking forward to trying the burger. Of course, you have your fries next to it as well, the rustic fries as they're calling them. I come here so often that some of the cast members recognize me at Annette's Diner, and one of them I saw earlier on the way in, and she said that so far people have said really good things about this burger. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Here's another view of it. I've also got some mayonnaise on the side, but yeah, the burger is huge. It's a big portion. I'm going to try my best to pick it up. It is going to be extremely messy, as most of these burgers are. Wow. This thing is heavy, guys. Oh my god, the cheese is literally coming out of it. This is going to be exciting. I don't know how I'm going to eat it, but it's going to be exciting. Let's go. First thoughts, the meat is always amazing here at Annette's Diner, and you can obviously choose exactly how you want to cook. My personal preference is medium. The cheese, the brie, I'm getting a lot of flavor from, and then the bacon too. But let's continue going because there's so much more in this burger. Okay, I'm starting to get some of the apricot flavor in there. It's not overly prominent though. I can smell the apple. I don't think I've actually bitten into the apple quite yet, but I can smell it. Let's go. Yeah, I just bit into some of the apple as well, and delicious. Again, when you read the ingredients, everything that they've used in a burger like this, and that's often the case with most of Annette's Diner's specialty burgers, sometimes I'm like, I wonder if it's going to work, with everything that you put in them. But yeah, the combination of all the flavors so far, very balanced. Nothing is like overly coming out with the flavor, which is surprising to be honest, considering how much they have in there. Last month's burger, I tried the saffron burger, and it was so powerfully saffron-y. Don't get me wrong, I still loved it, but that was the prominent flavor. That almost everything else in it was a little bit pointless. This one is very well balanced. So yeah, I'm going to continue enjoying this burger. Also, let's have some of the fries first too. Fries are good, nothing too special, though the main thing is obviously the burger, but yeah, I like it. I think it's a really good burger. You can see the redness of the cook coming through of the meat. Oh, I'm so happy. I always love coming to Annette's Diner, and honestly, I'm always taken by surprise as to how much I enjoy their specialty burgers and, new flavors as well, and it almost always works, which makes Annette's Diner a fun place to come. Yeah, that burger was delicious. I was so full after finishing it, but I enjoyed it a lot, especially the cheese element. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm a big fan of brie cheese, and there was so much brie cheese in there. But then everything else as well. Oh, there's loads of balloons here. Sorry, there's just kids playing with balloons, not balloons, bubbles, and enjoying the fact that I enjoyed them as well. Yeah, I felt like the balance of the burger was great. So overall, it was pretty savory, but then with the figs, and then there was a bit of like cinnamon flavor, the apples, it did add a little tiny hint of sweetness to it, and the bacon added a nice saltiness to it, but then also the texture of the bacon was very appreciated because so much of the other stuff in there was quite like mushy with the apples and stuff. Honestly, I thought it was a very well balanced burger. I enjoyed it. I think I wouldn't say it's like one in my top 5, maybe. It's hard because I've tried so many good burgers here at Annette's now. And if you don't know, Annette's Diner basically does monthly specialty burgers. Every month they bring out a new one. Normally it's about €23, like the one that we tried, and they're very fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next one's like. And if you want to see all the ones that I have tried so far, there's loads of videos on my channel. But also follow me on Instagram. This might be a good time to ask you to follow me on Instagram if you want to be more updated. Right, it's getting very windy. And it's also, ooh, you don't want that. It's also very busy here. Loads of people I'm noticing are coming from the parks, which makes sense due to the time that I'm filming this. This is where Planet Hollywood used to be. RIP. Wasn't a big fan of it anyway, but it does feel a bit empty there. Can't wait for the new restaurant. And then this is the exit to go to the train station. You can see it over there, the Mont Lavallee train station. Also, then if you carry on towards the right is where you can find the bus stops to the Disney hotels and some partner hotels as well. Yeah, in front of me you can see the Gaumont Cinema, which hosts a lot of films. At the moment they are advertising Thunderbolts. 30th April is when this movie came out. The thing that I will say about the cinema is that, generally speaking, the majority of the films that they show and the majority of the screenings are actually in French. They do have some English screenings from time to time, but it's not very common. So yeah, I mean, don't count on being able to see something in English here. Depends if you're lucky or not, depends on what time you're coming. But if you speak French, which I do, then it can be a nice change. I've watched a few films here actually. Recently went to see Moana 2 back in December. I saw Wicked here. I think the first film I saw there was Encanto back in 2021. So yeah, it's a nice place. It is a nice little place. They also have 4DX. And yeah, to my right, we see more walls, and I think that's for the security that they are rechanging here and basically building a nice place for security checks, I think, around this area of Disney Village. And then of course we have World of Disney, the iconic World of Disney shop, one of the biggest shops here. I would say actually the biggest shop in the entirety of Disneyland Paris Resort. Very, very popular, and this is often where you can find most of the merch that you're looking for. So it doesn't have everything. There are some items that you can only really find in specific shops inside both parks or in some of the hotels. But if you're looking for more generic things like a nice t-shirt or a hoodie or something from your time in Disneyland Paris, this is the place to come. And it can get very busy, especially right after the park closes. So I would not recommend you do that, like ever, because it's just not fun being there when the park is just closed. People have come out of the park and everyone's going straight into World of Disney. I would say if you're wanting to explore World of Disney, even now is not the best time. I would say come like as soon as it opens, maybe like midday, early afternoon time, then you will have a much better experience because there's a lot in there, and I have many, many videos of what World of Disney looks like inside and some of the merch. So again, you can check that out as well. But yeah, over there you can actually see the top of the Disneyland Hotel, which is also the entrance of Disneyland Park, which is why when people leave Disneyland or Walt Disney Studios, soon to be called Disney Adventure World, right next to it, one of the first things they see is World of Disney, and that was intentional. That's what Disney wants. It wants people to go in there and buy as much as they can, really, do some more shopping, give Disney more money. So yeah, this is another view of Disney Village if you're coming from this side of Disney Village. And there is actually another part of Disney Village that a lot of people forget about or don't even know it exists. Yeah, basically, to access the rest of Disney Village, you do have to technically go outside of Disney property. I mean, it's still in Disney. I hope that makes sense. But when it says "à bientôt," see you soon, this is where security checks are. And the rest of Disney Village is on the other side of it. So if I were to leave now, I'm actually not going to do that because I don't want to have to bother going through security again to come back in. But you can see IMAX, the other side of the basically cinema that we saw from the other side of Disney Village. I hope I'm making sense. There's also a Five Guys there if you enjoy that, and a Vapiano's. And again, I do have videos on both of these restaurants, Vapiano's and Five Guys. But like I said, I don't really want to leave this area to have to go to security again. But you can do so, and you know, to come back into the parks, you'll just have to, you know, put your bags through security before you're back in. But a nice place to go to maybe on your way out, especially if, again, if you have picky eaters. Five Guys, Vapiano's, Italian food might be places that are more familiar to you than some of the Disney restaurants here. But what a beautiful, beautiful evening here. I'm loving the skies, the clouds, stunning. So nice. And yeah, still seeing the sea of people leaving Disneyland Park right now. And I think, to be honest, I'm going to come back to myself. This is going to be the end of this tour. This was a very different way of filming for me. I'm curious to see what you guys thought, because even though it didn't end up being completely like 100% in one, you know, take, there probably would be only about a maximum of 4 or 5 cuts here in the video, a lot of long clips. And so, yeah, a bit more chill. Hopefully, like I said, it would have given you more of a feel as to what it's like to be in Disney Village right now. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, if you'd like me to do more videos like this, maybe more tours of me kind of walking around with longer takes and, you know, more chill, not cutting as soon as somebody comes in my way, and actually just like letting you see what it's like to walk through here. Let me know. I can do that. I can certainly do that. But yeah, all the videos that I mentioned will be linked down below, or you can just search for them on my channel. Just type whatever you're looking for, should come up. Yeah, huge shout out to my lovely Patreon members and my YouTube members. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe if you want to see more of me, more videos. I have plenty of Disney content, theme park content, travel content, Disneyland Paris content, of course, Walt Disney Studios content. There's a lot on my channel. I've been doing this for many years. So if you're interested, if you enjoy what you're seeing, I would appreciate you subscribing and giving this video a like. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to love you and leave you and see you in the next one. Bye bye.